Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device, or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
Dark horse. We do it our way as if we had a choice. You think you saw something, you think you heard a sound. Go look around the corner, we coming up now. We coming up now. We gonna be on your radar. We coming up on your radar. We gonna be on your radar. We popping up, popping up.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, Connelly here along with Jeff Aiken. Revenge may be best served cold, but we've got a hot night of action here on PPW where it's all about settling scores. It's going to be the Obsession versus Internet Sensation, Caleb Konley versus Anthony Greene in the Battle of Blood Money. It's going to be Gangrel taking on Donovan, and how about our main event?
We have been waiting for weeks, for months, for this ever since Darin Corbin stabbed Pat Kelly in the back. In that very ring back there, we've been waiting for this moment. We're gonna see Mikey O'Shea, Darin Corbin one-on-one. No countouts, no disqualifications. All weapons legal. And special guest referee, Matt Stryker. This score will be settled tonight.
Cannot wait. He is hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Obsession, Caleb Konley. What a matchup this man, Caleb Konley, had a few short weeks ago against Rude Boy Riley. An amazing main event matchup. They're a little bit of a losing streak as of late for the Obsession, and it really kind of kick-started with the antics of his opponent tonight, Anthony Greene, getting under his skin.
Yeah, this is a match that's been a couple weeks in the making. Anthony Greene, actually pretty funny. Texted Caleb Konley, got him in position with Christy Olsen, a little confetti.
And his opponent, from Randolph, Massachusetts, it's all good Anthony Greene. Anthony Greene, always a big smile on his face, such a fan favorite. It's just infectious, this youngster's energy, his competitive nature, and he's got a smile on his face for good reason when he's in there with Caleb Konley. He holds a rare victory over Konley, and again, one of the things that really set this whole rivalry into motion.
Yeah, his smile is infectious, just like SARS was. Nobody was sharing about that. Anthony Greene's on Facebook Live every time we're at Sam's Town. Catch him on our Facebook Paragon PW, or you can just come to the event and see the Facebook Live happen. But I mean, the guy always smiling, always having a good time, trying to make light of a situation. And now, I mean, look how frustrated he already has Caleb Konley. Todd Connelly, is that a good strategy?
Oh, he paid for the razzle dazzle.
The razzle dazzle, did you?
Connelly's had a couple tough matches, but he's had some notable wins as well. Recent victory over Scorpio Sky on Paragon Pro Wrestling On Demand. You got to make sure you check that out on YouTube. Our broadcast colleagues, Blake Chadwick, and even the producer, Christian Cole, taking the booth for those great exclusive matches you can see only on YouTube. Konley looking for the leg sweep, and Anthony Greene was wise to it and countered nicely.
Well, Konley's got to adjust his regular strategy just a little bit, just because of the speed of Anthony Greene. Konley, such a ring general, knows how to use the ring to its best advantage and such an effective striker, but Anthony Greene has great agility and speed, and we saw that. He's able to move right out of the way.
couldn't move out of the way of that big shot there by the Obsession. Takes Anthony Greene to the outside, and right now, advantage to Caleb Konley. Doesn't like that sign on the outside, crybaby. Well, he has shed some tears in the past and complained about conspiracy theories and whatnot.
He's not crying now. Right now, he just introduced that smiling face of Anthony Greene right into the ring apron.
Anthony Greene, yeah, he just picked himself up another friend, another follower by the name of Matt. Caleb Konley in control, and Connelly wants to get this monkey off his back in the form of Anthony Greene. In a recent interview, you're right, Anthony Greene goaded him into it by texting him with Christie's phone. Inside cradle, look out here, he might catch him. And then a little razzle-dazzle from the rafters. Konley not taking kindly to any of it.
The question is, what's Anthony Greene's goal? I mean, what is the end game for him? Is it just this match with Caleb Konley? Does he have something bigger in mind? We talked about previously that Caleb Konley acts as almost a gatekeeper to the Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship.
I think his goal right now is to be able to catch his breath. The wind knocked out of Anthony Greene with that series of moves, including the big senton. And here you can see that Connelly just disgusted by Anthony Greene, a little snot rocket.
Konley taking his time, really letting it sink in. I think he wants Anthony Greene to know that he's the one who set this match up. If it wasn't for his antics, this match wouldn't be happening right now. He wouldn't be the one face down, now on his back, laying on the mat in the middle of the ring.
But it shows here, Connelly saying, tell some jokes, and he pays for it. Connelly allows himself to get distracted by Anthony Greene. I mean, there's real hatred and frustration there. And well, it cost him. Right now, Connelly in firm control, and he's got so many devastating weapons in his arsenal. We recall back what he did to Rude Boy Riley's. He's got a little cravat here, next vice on Anthony Greene.
Right now, he's hoping maybe to get a submission out of him, but he's also just trying to slow him down. We talked about Anthony Greene's agility and his speed. If he can't breathe, blood's not getting to his brain, and if he's down on the mat, he can't execute any of that.
They can't tell any jokes right now, can he? Little gag order there by Connelly, but we was going to mention just how vicious he was in that match with Riley. It was a miracle, really, that Riley went on to earn the victory, because Connelly in that main event matchup, the cradle shock on the apron, showing what ends he'll go to try and win a matchup. And you're likely to see more of that here tonight against his nemesis.
I think we've talked a lot about in the past about matches where it's not just about getting the victory, and that's what this is. Caleb Konley's not just wanting to beat Anthony Greene, he's wanting to shut him up. He's been like a mosquito annoying him for weeks and weeks, and this is his chance to swat him away.
Anthony Greene recently, all kinds of live chats, really innovative, not only in the ring, but out of the ring on social media. Can he counter? Yes! Turns over in mid-air. But that took its toll out of Anthony Greene. A big fall for both men in this point in the matchup. Whoever can get to his feet first might go a long way to determining the winner of this one.
A lot of damage done to Anthony Greene. You can see him favoring the back heavily. Right now, it's going to make it difficult for him to execute that viral spiral.
But likewise, Connelly coming off the top, will he have enough to get him up for the cradle shock? Went for that spinning back finish. One of his favorites, and a nice back elbow there by Anthony Greene, who is getting all kinds of fired up. He's got more bandwidth in this one. He's got more RAM and continues to fight. Cover here by Greene.
Came close, not close enough. You can see that frustration beginning to build on the face of Caleb Konley. And we've seen in the past, when he gets frustrated, when he gets emotional, that's when he starts to make mistakes.
Yeah, he really comes unhinged, unglued. It was really a big part of how he and Donovan lost the tag team titles a while back. And of course, that business relationship went south. Big shot again there by Connelly with revenge on his mind, as Greene has been very pesky when it comes to Connelly. Thinking cradle shock, look out here! Oh my goodness! Wants a reverse victory roll, but will it live up to that name?
Oh! I don't think he could have come any closer without being declared the winner of that one. If he could have hooked a leg, if he could have gotten any more of his body on top of Caleb Konley, Anthony Greene would have won this matchup.
And the body of Connelly just contorted. That really reverse Hurricane Rana there by Anthony Greene. And I don't know if Connelly's gonna get, he got bent over backwards. Anthony Greene, ball's in his court right now. He's been catching Pokemon. Can he catch a big victory here tonight? But no, it might be nowhere to go but down. If he can hit the cradle shot, a reversal again by Greene, don't tell me.
Greene finding every opportunity to try and get that win, but Konley showing his strength, showing his tenacity, sets him up, nails that cradle shot.
The winner of the match, Caleb Konley.
Caleb Connelly able to get Anthony Greene off his back. Caleb Connelly, he's not concerned with catching them all. He just wanted to catch this one, and he did.
This is Alex Chamberlain, Paragon Pro Heavyweight Champion. The greatest, most fighting, defending champion in all of professional wrestling. Catch me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on Fight TV. Fight like you mean it.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
If you're good at something, never do it for free. From now on, I'm available to the highest bidder.
As I always do, I have a plan, okay? Tonight's the night, Royce Isaacs. Tonight's the night that you prove yourself against a Hall of Famer. Tonight's the night that you prove that the American title belongs around your waist. You see, Gangrel's got this new attitude, you know? He's got this new style. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve. But Christian Cole always has tricks up his sleeve, baby. You see, tonight, babe, no matter what happens out there, I've already taken care of it.
The Vampire Warrior on the hunt. He's got a bloodlust and he's out for blood and he's out for gold.
I'm not waiting for the bell, not waiting for the referee to make it official, going it right after Royce Isaacs.
No matter what happens out there, I've already taken care of it.
From now on, I'm available to the highest bidder.
To we saw an envelope change hands between you and Christian Cole. What will your involvement be?
It's a pretty bold assumption to say I'm going to be involved. Do I get your business?
I'm available.
Don't get in mine.
To the highest bidder.
Yes, Gangrel firing with both barrels. The power slam. Followed it up. Was looking for the impaler. Christian Cole distracting the official, and here's Donovan. Not this way. Oh, man, incredible. And look at this, a little business transaction, a little payola.
From now on, I'm available to the highest bidder. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
He's hailing from Tampa, Florida, Drew Donovan.
In a night where it's all about settling the scores and personal battles, they don't get much more personal than this. Although, if you ask this man, Donovan, it's just business.
It's personal to one man in this matchup. Donovan's here doing what he's got to do to get money. We saw just a couple of weeks ago, after his dominant victory over Tristan Keali'i, he was here literally for one reason, and that was to get the winner's share of the purse handed to him in the ring.
And his opponent,
Well, it certainly is personal for this man, the Vampire Warrior Gangrel, and who can blame
Santa
him?
Cruz, California, the Vampire Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gangrel.
Here's a man who's no stranger to having a target on his back throughout his illustrious career, but somehow, some way, Gangrel continues to walk through the fire, finds a way to compete. And you can say it's not personal for Donovan, but I think he's glad to take the money, of course, but I think in a way it is, because I think of Donovan as a bit of a big game hunter, and I know that he knows that it's a big trophy if he can take out a legend like Gangrel.
Well, that's a lot of why he came to Paragon Pro Wrestling. Whoa, Gangrel going for the victory as quickly as he can, but it's almost an island of Dr. Moreau for a big game hunter. There's game here like you're not going to find anywhere else. Where else in the world could you hunt and possibly capture a Vampire Warrior?
When I mentioned before that it's very personal for Gangrel, and for good reason. Donovan jumped the legend, cost him championship gold on a number of occasions. And Christian Cole certainly opened the pocketbook to save the American Championship of Royce Isaacs a couple of times with the services of Donovan.
Just an insurance policy. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we're required by law to carry insurance on our cars. Christian Cole just carries insurance on his investment in Royce Isaacs.
Well, why don't you ask Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints what happens when you put a bounty on people, when you take payola to take people out?
Well, they all seem to be doing pretty well right now.
Well, I think at some point something's got to be done about this guy. I mean, he's just trying to, break necks and cash checks, take people out, take them off the roster, put them on the shelf. And that's not what it's all about here at Paragon. Paragon, by definition, is about proving that you're the very best.
Well, and that's the way. If somebody wants to stop him, they can do it in the ring. They can step in, they can make it about business, and they can be the better competitor than Donovan. Donovan, who came into Paragon Pro Wrestling, won the tag team championships with Caleb Konley, who we just saw victorious over Anthony Greene, has came in and dominated in every situation that he's been placed in. I have yet to see the competitor who can best Donovan.
Yeah, and the checks got a little bit lighter after they lost those titles, and you saw that business transaction, that ended in that cooperation with Connelly, and he could, find bigger checks elsewhere, and he's taking them. Suplex by Donovan, going for the cover, and how many more big suplexes like that can Gangrel take? In the past, we've likened him to a big muscle car that keeps running bigger and stronger than ever, but has he bet his match, and then some physically with Donovan, as Donovan goes to put him away here.
Driving the forearm into the face of Gangrel, making it a little bit more difficult to kick out, and adding a little bit of insult to that injury as well.
Every time we see Gangrel compete, I'm just so thankful that I've had the time around a great legend like this. He's such a great warrior of the ring, and he's so well respected. But it's a total lack of respect by Donovan to just sneak attack him time and time again and try and take him out.
You see it as disrespectful. He sees it as business. Just an arm draped across the chest of Donovan is not going to be enough to get a victory.
Well, it might be a moot point soon if Gangrel can hit the Impaler.
What are the keepers of the faith doing out here? Gabriel Gallo and Don Vitale come out and they go to work on Gangrel. The referee calls for the bell.
Well, this is ridiculous. This is all Gangrel needs. What in the world? Did Donovan certainly got thick pockets after
Ladies
all
and
those
gentlemen,
payoffs.
senior official Brian Hebner has declared this match a no contest.
Did Donovan buy his own insurance policy here? Why, he couldn't do it himself?
Donovan in the corner directing traffic. You know what, Todd? I'm changing my tune on this. I've talked about it's just business for Donovan, but I tell you what, keepers of the faith in there, that Gabriel Gallo, and that look on Donovan's face right there sure looks personal to me.
Well, there might be more than a couple ways. They don't need a stake to the heart. They don't need sunlight. If these three can't kill a vampire, I don't know who in the heck could. This is sickening. The legend deserves better than this. Another vicious shot. Nowhere to go but down for the Vampire Warrior.
We likened him to a muscle car. A muscle car races a quarter mile. That's it. The match itself was a half mile at a minimum, and now we are turning the corner on 1 mile. A muscle car is not designed to take punishment like this. Not like Donovan, Gabriel Gallo, and Dom Vitale.
Well, it's been such an honor to have Gangrel here, part of his illustrious career right here in Paragon. I don't want to see it end in Paragon, not like this. Not on these terms. These two come out to aid Donovan. Where's the help for Gangrel? Such a respected legend. Well, I don't blame anybody for not taking a number to get in the ring with these three.
No, that's a lot of muscle, and now Donovan asking for the mic. Maybe we'll get an explanation as to why the Keepers of the Faith came out, to what happened here.
So you're a vampire. You're the Vampire Warrior. Well, I'm a businessman, and I just made money at your expense. Win, lose, or draw, Gangrel. I just did business. Now somebody get out here and pay me, and you two get this vampire piece of trash out of my place of business.
He just did business, Todd Connelly, but with whom?
Do we have any medical attention for Gangrel?
Sickening attack. And then he's demanding pay. I think he should be fined. He should be giving up money for this. This is ridiculous.
Keepers of the Faith continuing the assault on Gangrel. Gangrel not able to get up, barely able to move under his own power. Not the first time we've seen Paragon Pro Wrestling staff come out with a stretcher in a match that involves Donovan.
Yeah, well, that may be, but usually doesn't come with a vicious attack with, you know, a trio of terror like this. I mean, this is ridiculous. And the medical team came out here.
Money now.
And the Keepers of the Faith.
This Gangrel is the cost of doing business. This Gangrel is what you get when you mess with Donovan's money. This Gangrel is what
I want to talk about. The lights go out.
Where's Gangrel? What? Oh my God, what is happening?
Envelope is bleeding. Keepers of the Faith laid out here.
What happened?
Coming up tonight, what well may be the final chapter in a long story, Mikey O'Shea in the ring against Darin Corbin.
Here we are, Corbin. One-on-one. Man to man. Not hiding behind any steel chairs anymore. You're gonna have to come at me like a freaking man now. This ain't gonna be a wrestling match, Corbin. This ain't gonna be lock up and arm drags. This is just gonna be a damn fight, Corbin. And I'm ready to accept the consequences of my actions, Corbin. Kelly, you're gonna be out there with me. You're gonna be out there with me as I put Darin Corbin's carcass around that ring for the fans to see. Corbin! I'm going to hurt you, Corbin. I'm going to hurt you, Corbin. I'm going to hug you and hurt you, Corbin. You're going to get hurt, Corbin. Let's go. Come on, Pat. Let's go.
What's up, guys? This is James Rude Boy Riley here for Paragon Pro Wrestling. You can catch us on the Fight app, and you need to fight like you mean it. The Fight app just got a lot more rude.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
They are the Knights of Chamberlain, along with their tag team partner, currently residing in Miami, Florida. He is the Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
Paragon Alex Chamberlain, lucky to hold on to that moniker in my estimation. Almost lost the title to Remy Marcel just last week, but man, oh man, was he devastating after that match.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Who do men say that I am? I am the Paragon, the greatest professional wrestler alive today. I am the most fighting, defending, powerful, biggest, defending champion in the North America, in the world, with the most prestigious championship. Whirlwind gentlemen, you didn't get enough last week. You want to take on the three of us? You want to run into a brick wall? Go for it. It's gonna be a long, long night.
And their opponents, first hitting the airwaves from the Neon City, Jack Manley and Remy Marcel, the Whirlwind Gentlemen.
Hey, champ. Hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You and your thugs over here, you want to come jump me and my boy Fro? Well, that's okay, because we have a surprise just for you.
And their tag team partner from Staten Island, New York, ladies and gentlemen, James Rude Boy
Jeff Aiken, the Paragon, not looking so confident now, is he?
And the look of concern, the look of fear almost on the face of the Paragon. But he didn't run away. He didn't back down. The gentleman just had to go out. The Whirlwind gentleman had to go out and grab some heavy artillery to take down Chamberlain and his Knights.
Marcel, Manley, and Riley going to work on Chamberlain and his Knights. Big six-man tag team matchup. Great addition to the Whirlwind gentlemen there is Rude Boy Riley, and what a surprise. A man that holds a pinfall victory over the Paragon himself.
Well, in a pinfall victory over the Paragon in another multi-person tag match. It was a huge 8-man tag that time that Riley grabbed the victory. Will history repeat itself in this now 6-man tag match?
Yeah, history doesn't bode well for Chamberlain in this one, and on a night that's all about personal issues, this one really ignited between the Whirlwind gentlemen and Chamberlain last week. Remy Marcel almost crowned the Paragon Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Then he got crowned after the matchup with a pile driver, as did Manley.
All the competitors on the outside almost in danger of a count out at one point. That will not be the issue in our main event tonight. Darin, Corbin, and Mikey O'Shea. But right now, Jack Manley went up against one of the Knights going for the cover. Able to kick out and keep this match going.
Mikey O'Shea has gotten into a whole different gear. He's like, ever since returning and ever since being put on the shelf by Corbin, he's like a different person, a different competitor. We saw what he did with Greg Romero, how aggressive he was. Just hearing him speak, I mean, it's chilling.
He's an intense man normally, but today, in the locker room right now, I mean, there's no one talking to him. He didn't even stop by catering. He's just a focused individual. He's doing exactly, he sees the opportunity he's been working so hard to come back from and get.
Nice suplex by one of the Knights, followed up with the elbow drop, and we saw how aggressive the Knights of Chamberlain can be. It's part of that post-match beatdown just last week.
Right now, Jack Manley, very dangerous enemy territory there as the Knights quick tags in and out, continuing the punishment, hooking the far leg. We know the MO of the Paragon. We know what has brought him to the top of the singles ranks, and well, he answers the question for me right there. I was going to ask, how much directing are we going to see from the Paragon, and how much hands-on are we going to see? But he's not afraid to get in there, get his hands dirty, and take on Jack Manley.
Well, sure, when Manley's in a compromised position, very opportunistic, in my mind, was the Paragon there. But Chamberlain, an established tag team wrestler as well, a former tag team champion. Nice cover here by Manley. Again, do you think everybody on the team of the Whirlwind Gentlemen and Riley would love to make a name by, again, pinning the Paragon? Puts you on that fast track to a title matchup, a matchup that Riley desperately wants. Riley got past Romero, he got by Konley. Is this just another hurdle to jump?
It's the closest he's come to Chamberlain since that pinfall victory in that 8-man tag match. And you know that even though he's on the team, even though he's all in with the Whirlwind Gentlemen right now, at the back of his mind, he wants to be the one in there. He wants to be the one that pins Chamberlain. You gotta wonder, is that gonna become an issue later on? Is that gonna impact their communication? Is that gonna impact his offense against the Knights? Will James Riley become his own worst enemy?
Interesting point there, Jeff Aiken. And again, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain tags himself in. Manley has spent a lot of time in there. He's eaten a lot of punishment. And this isn't the frenetic pace that we're used to seeing out of the Whirlwind Gentlemen. The quick tags, the double teaming, perhaps in this case, triple teaming. We're seeing none of it at this point in the matchup. A methodical beatdown by Chamberlain and his Knights.
Well, and statistically speaking, you see a much better win-loss ratio for the Whirlwind Gentlemen when they can keep up that frenetic pace, when they can do that double, triple teaming that's happening. That was a last-ditch effort by Jack Manley, but he's not able to capitalize. Statistically right now, Chamberlain is very much in control of this match.
Oh, that Arctic frost, that big clothesline. He got the frozen rope from the top. And now Riley checks in. Who's gotta believe has got to be considered the #1 contender to Chamberlain and his title. And at Rude Boy go to work. What a beautiful spinning neck breaker. Well executed. Riley is wearing the scars of recent battles as well. Just take a look at his back.
That looks very, very painful, very likely from his encounter with Caleb Konley just a couple weeks ago. The matchup that was.
One of the Knights. Now this thing really breaking down. I do not envy the official in this matchup. Going to be hard to keep any kind of order.
Well, it's interesting because he does have to keep order in this matchup, and he's got to stay out of the way. There's a lot of people flying around in there in our main event tonight. The referee, president of wrestling operations, Matt Stryker, is going to have exactly one job on that stuff. Count the
my
fall.
Goodness, what an X'd out. Excuse me.
James Riley staring down.
The winners of the match, the Whirlwind Gentlemen, and James Rude Boy Riley.
Another statement-making victory there by Riley. defeats Chamberlain and company here tonight. And are the days of Chamberlain numbered? Speaking of numbers, does that man Riley have Chamberlain's number?
What do you mean? Give me the script, Jared. On your phone, really? Okay. This is blank. This is Christian Cole and Royce Isaacs of Paragon Pro Wrestling, and we are here to tell you, you don't have a satellite, no cable box, you're a little poor. It's fine. You have a smartphone. Download the Fight app on iTunes or Google Play or from your mom's basement, wherever you do it. Download the app. Let's see, watch Paragon every week on Fight TV. Just download the app at the Google Play. We did that part. Remember, Fight is spelled F-I-T-E. Fight like you mean it.
Put a $ sign on that.
That's all he has to say.
That was a good line, though, right?
You did good. It was like articulation was there.
Yeah.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
77.
Welcome back, everyone, to Paragon Pro Wrestling. Todd Connelly here, along with the very eager Jeff Aiken, hoping to hear 7 minutes of shine. Maybe third time's the charm.
Exactly what I was going to say. I almost think it's better that we've had to wait this long. The anticipation has been building for weeks and weeks. We're just moments away from the magic, the beauty that will be Ricky Gibson.
If you're just joining us, fans, here on Paragon Pro Wrestling, we're getting set for a very special live concert with the rock god, Ricky Gibson.
I mean, what an opening set of acts he's had. It's been unbelievable. Caleb Konley victorious over Anthony Greene. Donovan and the Keepers of the Faith taking out Gangrel, but then Gangrel just disappearing out of nowhere. Taking out the Keepers of Faith. The epic match, James Riley picked up a victory over the Knights of Chamberlain and Chamberlain, all leading to this moment right here, right now, with Ricky Gibson.
Is tonight the night?
Again? Oh my, come on.
I think it's fortunate.
What? I'd love to hear this. How is this fortunate?
Because Jacob Austin Young, the hometown hero now, saves us again, all of us, from our ears bleeding. And, you know, I've heard of glam rock. I've heard of Poison. I've heard of Unskinny Bop. He's an Unskinny Flop.
You haven't even heard the song.
Jacob's Ladder, and things are going down a few rows.
The winner of the match, Jacob Austin Young.
So we don't get to hear the song? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. He kept coming back. He kept coming back.
Unfortunately, yes.
I just want to hear the song. You know, more than me hearing this song, I want you, Todd Connelly, I want you to get to hear this song.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand, with new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device, or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.
Matt Stryker, the president of wrestling operations here for Paragon Pro Wrestling, gonna lay down the law. And I love it. After the return of Mikey O'Shea, Darin Corbin tried to scamper out of here. Tried to get away with another one, but he was stuck in his tracks by this man, Matt Stryker, who's gonna open the door to put this to rest once and for all. Corbin and O'Shea are gonna do war. This a chance for the two to settle their score, and I would not want to be in the ring, outside the ring, in the back, and all points in between, which is exactly where this thing could go with Mikey O'Shea.
That's why it's good that we've got Matt Stryker, a man who can take care of himself, a man who can enforce all of those complicated...
Introducing first, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Darin Corbin.
Red hair, don't care, and this individual, demented, maniacal individual, has had a devil-may-care type environment everywhere he's been. Now, we talked about this being a great opportunity for O'Shea to get vengeance, to get revenge, but might it just play right into the hands of this man?
Much different attitude. Look on the face of Darin Corbin than we saw last week when this match was made up. He's had a lot of time to ruminate, think, strategize, and prepare for this. Todd Connelly, that's one man who doesn't look at all concerned about what's about to come into the ring.
And his opponent, from Charlestown, Massachusetts, the Irish Juggernaut, Mikey O'Shea.
O'Shea not gonna waste any time. The Juggernaut living up to his name and going right after Corbin. Helicopters him in the opening seconds of this matchup. Anything goes. Stryker's gonna sit back. He's pretty much there to call the 1, 2, 3. Or signal if there's a submission, if somebody can go on no longer.
Yeah, and stay out of the way. Darin Corbin way off target on that. O'Shea said it. Here we go, this could be it. O'Shea said it, this isn't gonna be a match. There's not gonna be a lockup, there's not gonna be arm bars. This is a fight, plain and simple.
Open-handed slap there by Corbin, and I've gotta think he is going to pay for that. Corbin thrown to the outside by the Irish Juggernaut. There will be no count, there are no countouts. All weapons are legal. No disqualification, anything goes. But do you think that Pat Kelly becomes a factor on the outside? He showed a lot of bravery by saving our broadcast colleague, Christy Olson. But do you agree with O'Shea inviting him out here tonight? Is it just putting Kelly in harm's way?
I really think it is. I mean, he did. He stood up to Corbin. He protected Christy Olson in that situation, but he almost took a chair to the back as the result of being out there for that. This, no countouts, no disqualifications, all weapons are legal. Pat Kelly is standing in the middle of a war zone.
O'Shea hitting him with a big pint right there, a big chop, and there you see the smile on the face of Matt Stryker. He knew what he was doing when he made this matchup. But back to the question at hand. Is Pat Kelly out there inspiration for O'Shea, or is he a liability?
We shall see. You have to wonder, is Darin Corbin going to see Pat Kelly out there as an opportunity? Maybe he can't beat Mikey O'Shea just man-to-man physically, but if he can get Pat Kelly involved, if he can start playing games and using him as a pawn in this evil, sadistic chess game, we're going to see a much different outcome to this matchup.
I think the only thing Corbin's going to see is O'Shea lighting him up like a Christmas tree, and I think that Corbin's going to get a good look at the lights as well. There you get a good look at Pat Kelly, who has been so instrumental in this whole thing. Pat Kelly, out of the goodness of his own heart, he gave this man warm meals when he was down and out, when he was on the underpass. Talking about Darin Corbin, he got him back into the main event scene, a place where Corbin finds himself again, but this is one heck of a hellacious main event.
And with the help of Pat Kelly, Darin Corbin came back, almost won the American Championship back in that historic American Championship tournament. Didn't win, and as a result, we have week after week after week seen a much more deeply spiraling, sadistic Darin Corbin than ever before.
Corbin knows how to use the ring and its surrounding as a weapon. You'll recall Corbin dissected O'Shea in the past. Ginger snap on the floor, the chair shots, and I think O'Shea was looking for the equalizer. I think O'Shea was looking for revenge. He went for the chair, but now that opened the door for Corbin, and Corbin, he's looking for it as well.
Matt Striker checking with Mikey O'Shea, seeing if he wanted to continue. And as you said earlier, his job to count the pinfall or see if either of the competitors submit. And Matt Striker doing exactly that.
It's a high-stakes matchup where anything goes, and again, that chair perfectly illegal. There's not going to be Matt Striker calling for the bell. There's no disqualification, and this is how he put O'Shea on the shelf for weeks.
O'Shea was out of here almost 2 months. He came back. I don't know if he had medical clearance or not. The damage, though, the wound has to be reopening on Mikey O'Shea, if not physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Striker can do nothing to stop it, and now I think my greatest fears are being realized here, Jeff Aiken. I posed the question. I hate to even say it, but does this style of matchup favor Corbin? Does it open the door for him to finish the job on O'Shea?
Corbin has no scruples. There's nothing that will stop him whatsoever. Mikey O'Shea has honor and integrity, and that's going to be his biggest downfall in this match.
You got to think this is not what Matt Striker had in mind. He thought that he had cornered Corbin, that he had written a recipe for disaster for Corbin, a chance for O'Shea to end this, to put him away. But it might be anything but, and now look at this, just driving the chair into the throat of O'Shea, and the big man not going to be able to catch a breath after that.
On the sick and twisted Darin Corbin doesn't only want to take Mikey O'Shea out, he wants to do it right in front of Pat Kelly.
The crowd comes to life. You hear that all too familiar chant, but is it all for naught? Is the blood of O'Shea going to be on that man's hands, Pat Kelly? Is it going to be on the hands of the official for this matchup, the president of wrestling operations, Matt Striker? This is turning into a nightmare for Mikey O'Shea.
Darin Corbin just dancing, prancing his way in the ring, having his way with Mikey O'Shea. Look at how that chair is bent over the back of the Irish Juggernaut.
Yeah, he's dancing all right. He's dancing with the devil by the pale moonlight. He has no care.
Corbin looking right into the eyes of Mikey O'Shea.
O'Shea paying the price, and all he did was try and do the right thing. And we don't know. We didn't see the medical reports. The time that O'Shea was on the shelf, it was a mystery, man. We didn't see him. Did O'Shea come back too soon?
Matt Striker's had enough. Making sure Mikey O'Shea can get to his feet. Even Matt Striker encouraging Mikey O'Shea.
Wants O'Shea to dig down deep. I mean, he bought O'Shea a minute or two, but it was not enough. And O'Shea crumbles again. O'Shea never met a fight he didn't like, but that might be tested here tonight. I don't know if he was ready for this.
Matt Striker making a mistake right now by trying to appeal to the good graces, to the heart of Darin Corbin, but there is no heart in the chest of Darin Corbin.
You can't negotiate with psychopaths, and that's exactly what this guy is. And there's nothing the official, anybody can do about this. This lunatic can do whatever he wants.
What is Matt Striker? Striker was eyeing that chair. And now Mikey O'Shea trying to fire up, trying to get some blows, trying to take out Darin.
Corbin goes to the eyes, and nobody can stop him. He can do whatever he wants, and O'Shea, he's gonna have to create some distance. But that's gonna be hard for O'Shea to do because all he wants to do is get his hands on Corbin. O'Shea's in a tough spot.
Yeah, O'Shea's all but playing into the hands of Darin Corbin. Corbin, lateral press, and Matt Striker almost refusing to make the pinfall.
Matt Striker, not a seasoned official. He's done just about everything in this game. Competed in the ring, he's been a commentator, and now an official here in Paragon. But, you know, he's gonna allow some leniency to O'Shea, and who could blame him after what Corbin has done? Yeah, karma's a you-know-what, Darin Corbin.
And Matt Striker, or Mikey O'Shea, came here looking for a fight, but I don't think he was prepared for just how low, for how dirty Darin Corbin is willing to go.
Mikey continues to fight back, though. Adrenaline can do wonders. You get the crowd behind you. He's got Pat Kelly on the outside. I mean, he needs nothing more for inspiration, but his spirit might be willing, but is his body? Corbin charges. Live by the chair, die by the chair. Yeah, red hair, you can suck on that, and O'Shea's going up top.
Hashtag ginger problems for sure. Mikey O'Shea, this is not a position we see him in very often, but high risk. That can lead to high reward, but look at the agility of the Irish juggernaut.
O'Shea almost puts him through the ring with a spine buster. Is this gonna do it? Striker was there for the cover. Only a count of two, and Corbin showing some heart, some black heart.
Finding a way to kick out Corbin, despite it all. An incredible competitor, a former tag team champion, a former American champion, and a current sick, twisted psychopath.
Just listen to this crowd. These people are beside themselves. They want to see revenge. They want to see blood. They want to see a public execution for Corbin, for him to pay for his sins here in Sin City.
Those chair shots, those are for Christy Olsen. Those are for Pat Kelly. Those are for Leaky Steve. Those are for all the fans of Paragon Pro Wrestling.
And they're sure as heck for Mikey O'Shea too, because this is exactly what was done. Do unto others as they would have done unto you, and O'Shea is exacting some revenge.
You see Pat Kelly right there. This is all for him. It was Darin Corbin that stabbed Pat Kelly in the back, that humiliated and hurt him, that led to this, and now Mikey O'Shea has him on the outside and is exacting that revenge.
O'Shea hits those stairs hard and heavy, and it's not the first time that's happened to him in his career. All too familiar territory as Pat Kelly tries to urge O'Shea on. You're right. When Darin Corbin pulled that stunt, manhandled Pat Kelly, when he tried to return to the Paragon Pro Wrestling locker room, O'Shea was the first person to stand up in his face and show his disgust.
Todd, Darin Corbin's locking eyes with Pat Kelly. Matt Striker making sure Mikey O'Shea can continue to compete, but who? Who will watch Pat Kelly? Who will protect him?
I feared this. I didn't want Pat Kelly to be out there in the first place. I understand it for O'Shea, but no.
Oh my God.
This is like cat and mouse.
And there's no way out. There's no way out for Pat Kelly. Matt Striker, you have got to do something. You're the official in this match. Pat Kelly's not a competitor.
This is the worst. This is the worst case scenario. We thought it was a chance for revenge. It's a chance for Corbin to continue to complete this diabolical plot.
Striker gets involved, finally takes that chair, and Pat Kelly, oh my God! Pat Kelly extracts his own revenge.
And O'Shea now with the kill shot there, gunslinger. Yes!
The winner of the match, Mikey O'Shea!
What a victory, what a moment! That's respect, that's class.
Mikey O'Shea coming back from the impossible, standing up for Pat Kelly, standing up against the monster in Paragon Pro Wrestling. Vengeance is O'Shea's.
You said to compete with Darin Corbin, you have to fight fire with fire. Well, how do you get any lower than Darin Corbin but who would have thunk it that Pat Kelly would go low with a blow. Gets the revenge, and O'Shea finished off the job, took aim, gunslinger, and this is a moment that is going to live on in history here in Paragon Pro Wrestling. There's a maniacal smile, maniacal laughter. Darin Corbin getting a taste of his own medicine.
Matt Stryker, the orchestrator, the conductor of revenge, created this situation. The situation that Mikey O'Shea almost couldn't come back from. But his heart, his drive, his integrity stood above all. And finally, Pat Kelly has his justice.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, the most exciting hour of wrestling action, all in the palm of your hand. With new episodes uploaded weekly on the Fight app. Watch it anytime, anywhere on your iPhone or Android device. Stream it to your TV or watch it on demand on Fight TV. It's free, worldwide, and on demand. Paragon Pro Wrestling. Come join the movement and see what everyone's talking about. Don't miss out. Paragon Pro Wrestling, now streaming on the Fight app. See you there.